Chapter 47. Bad Choices, Difficult Decisions. Everyone woke out of their deep slumbers with an incredible sense of terror and doom, as well as disbelief that they could have overslept for so long on such an important day. Most likely, the most important day in the history of humankind. Many of them double and triple checked, but every time they did, it was well past 8 p.m. That meant they only had about an hour of sunlight left, and only 3.5 hours until midnight and the rise of the merit. Verona and Adam went to speak to Assur. Assur, you were in the Great Shadow War, so you have the experience. We did not see anything in this book that could help us. You must know something else. What do we do? What are their weaknesses? Verona desperately asked. Still dejected and very weak, Assur shook his head and said, We need an army. We are not facing some minor group of ghouls. The lamps hold gods with power, only rivaled by the three sisters themselves. If the Jinn are released, the only outcome is destruction. Without the flame to prevent us, Gaia, Thanatos, Phobter will return, and all anyone will be able to do is try to survive long enough to maybe eventually, over many years, build an army. But without Nurin, I don't even know how you would be able to do that. Assur took a deep sigh, then told the pair to get the others and leave. Assur ordered, Today is the longest day of the year. There is still an hour of daylight left. You are all in grave danger. Take Lincoln, Lake, and Jack, and get out of here. Go save my daughter. The two just stared at Assur, without moving and without saying a word. Assur continued, It was always Nurin's job to help people find their gifts, and I am afraid that without the flame, neither Nurin nor I will be around much longer. Assur started coughing at the end of his sentence. I will try to help for as long as I can, and I will fight to the end, but I am afraid I am no longer for this world. I am weak, and I will no longer be able to provide much help. Grant an old man one last dying request. Get as far away from here while you still can. Verona felt the devastation rolling off her friend wave after wave. She reached out and held Assur's hand and said, I'm sorry, Assur, but we're not going anywhere. Adam stood still and didn't say a word for a while. Then he asked Verona, Can you step out into the hallway for a minute? In the hall, Adam spoke in a whisper, I am with you and feel like we need to stay and fight, but I'm also responsible for Lake, and you're responsible for Lincoln. They are very young and depend on us. And Assur, someone who would know better than anyone, is saying that it's over and that we don't stand a chance. We need to think about this and make the right decision. I don't know. Maybe we all should go, or maybe we should all at least vote on it. Verona did not flash her severe look, the one Adam had become accustomed to, and at the moment expected. Instead, it appeared as if she suddenly realized that her decision could result in everyone's death. It was too much for her. It was almost as if Verona's mind broke. She needed to sit down. Adam helped her to the kitchen table. Verona sat down blankly, staring at the picture of the sun necklace and the old book still lying open. Adam knew they needed to act quickly, no matter what they decided. Once again, he took over. Adam called for a meeting. Everyone gathered in the living room in front of the now dark fireplace. Adam began. The spark is out, and in less than an hour, the sun will set. I'm just going to come out and say it, because we don't have time to beat around the bush. If we stay and fight, Assur doesn't feel like we have any chance of survival. He has told us to get as far away from here as possible. We could try to make it down to Effingham, But if we decide to leave, the Jinn will surely win, and the world will never be the same. It may not be a place we want to live in, but maybe, by going now, we can survive." Adam paused, but only for a moment. "So, I'm calling for a vote. Stay and fight for a world we want to live in, without Jinn, and possibly, even probably, die trying or leave and hopefully survive. We need to decide quickly, but if anyone wants to say something, this is the time." Lincoln stood up and flatly stated, "We can't leave a sir. He would have to come with us, right?" The sir mustered up the strength while fighting back tears. "My dear child, without the flame, my time on this earth is rapidly coming to an end. I'm too weak to travel, and I would only slow you down. I need to stay, and I want to stay." Then he turned to Lake. "I'm just so happy that I got to meet you and Adam before I died. I just wish I could see Nurin and Maha one last time." "There's got to be something we can do," Jack asked. Verona whispered, "I don't want to go anywhere. We can figure something out." Then Adam suggested, "What if we call the police or the FBI or the army?" Verona shrugged it off, saying, "What are we supposed to tell them? We need your assistance fighting demons?" Then Adam said, "Why not? You can just force them to believe it. We are not the droids they're looking for, remember?" Verona looked up and smiled, exclaiming, "You're right!" They ran to the phone. She picked up the receiver and heard a dial tone this time. Verona dialed 911. The young Jedi managed to convince the police to send as many officers as they got to their location. She called up 3 more police departments from the surrounding areas and convinced them as well. Verona hung up and exhaled. "They're actually coming." "You're amazing," Adam said. Adam looked at the rest of the group and said, "Anyone who wants to stay and fight for the world, say yes." The first person to speak up was Lake. "Somebody just told me not to give up, and I'm going to listen to her." The others looked puzzled and wondered who the little girl was talking about. But then little Lincoln looked at his big sister. He said just above his normally low octave level, "My big sister has always protected me, and I believe in her. If she wants to stay and fight, then I am with her. I vote we stay." After that, the rest unanimously agreed. Feeling a strong sense of déjà vu, the Sir frowned.